Hey everyone, Trace here. Hey everyone, Trace here. So for the Maymay Made It blog design team, we have a challenge this month to use fancy fold projects. And so I came across this really neat circle envelope. And it's constructed just by circles, and it's really quite simple, and the possibilities are endless as far as decorating and things like that. And the things you can do with this little tiny envelope is really fun to come up with. So I am using the Brutus Monroe circle dies for this, and there are 7 in the pack. And so I played around with sizes and things like that, and so I have these 3 different sizes that you could possibly create. So the largest one is with the 4.5 inch circle, and so that is the largest one in the group here, and that created this here, and it is about 4.5 inches square. And so I kind of labeled my dies accordingly, 1, 2, 3, and so on, just to keep it straight in my head and see what I could come up with. So if you needed this size, it is fairly large. I was trying to go for something that fits a gift card, so this is a little too big, but if you have something that's flat and this size, this would be great. So there's that option. And then the medium size here is a 3.5 inch circle, and that is the 3rd largest one. So what I did was, for that larger one, I did this one, and I skipped one, and then I used this one, the 3rd one, in for this particular envelope. And this one here, I found that was the best size for a gift card. And just playing around, I went a little smaller, so 1 more in. Or actually, I skipped another one and went in. So this is the 5th one in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is this one here. And that's 2.5 inch circle created this. And it is so cute. If you have something small, I was trying to think of anything particular in this size to give to gifts, but I'm sure you guys can come up with something. So this size here is the best for a gift card. It's using the 3.5 inch circle. So that's the one I'll be using, and that's this one here. And I used some DSP to decorate it. What I used was the Lakeside, grab that for you, the Lakeside paper pack by Photoplay. And I really like this here. It's typically kind of manly papers, but this one here with the flowers was so pretty to me. And I liked this particular plaid, and they went really well together. So those are the 2 I'm using. And so I'm going to use that. And also the Brutus Monroe tag dies. They're here. And I used the very smallest one for this little tag here, and some ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and make another one, and that's this one here. I'm going to put a belly band around it to show you how that's done. So let's get started. So I started off with a solid color cardstock. This is just 65 pound that I had in my stash. And to create the envelope, you need 4 of circles. So this is the 3.5 inch circles. So you need 4 of those. So all I did was cut, for the belly band, I cut off a strip of 1/2 inch right from the 8.5 inch side. So that's going to be my belly band. So, and if it's a little too long, we can trim some off. And I used 1/2 inch, but you can use any width that you would like. And so I folded it in half and took my die and I ran it through my Big Shot twice. So that created my 4. And then I have some paper left over for any kind of tags or anything that I want to use possibly. So you can definitely use this scrap here for anything else. So just one piece of cardstock is all you really need. So that was that. And for the DSP, to save on paper, I cut just a strip off here, just wide enough for my die, so I wouldn't waste any. So I still have a lot on here. So I went ahead, since I've done it already twice, I went ahead and die cut one of these. So you only need one. Now this one here, I'm using two different colors for here. Now if you wanted to use the same one, you would need two circles. So, but I'm using one of each one. So that's all you need, because we will be cutting that in half to decorate. So that is all you need for the die cuts. It's very, very simple. And of course, if you wanted to do any kind of embellishment with a tag or anything, you can cut those out as well. So the next step is very simple. Just take a bone folder, and you want to, now this one has stitch marks in it, so I want to keep those stitch marks on the outside. So I went ahead and flip it over, and all you have to do is fold it in half. Just make sure that it's nice and even. So use that bone folder, make that nice and crisp. So go ahead and fold all four of these in that same way. So to assemble this envelope, it's very simple, but I do recommend that you use your grid or a ruler or something to keep it straight. This first one that I put together, I didn't realize that I really had to keep it straight, so I was not paying too much attention, and it did get a little crooked and made it a little more difficult to put together. So I learned from my mistake, and next I just wanted to use the actual grid lines just to keep things straight. So I opened them up just a little bit like that there, and you really want to use these folds as your guides. So you want to take some art glitter glue, and so I'm going to start with this one along this line of my mat here, just to keep that nice and straight. Okay, then I'm going to apply a little glue just in this corner, and not a whole lot, doesn't need too much. Now I want to square off and keep that nice and straight up against that fold. So I want to line that up right here on my grid and press that down, making sure that they're both even. And because it is wet glue, I have a little time to adjust if I need to, just keeping that as straight as possible. So then I'll just kind of rotate it one time and do the exact same thing, glue right here in this corner, and stick down my next one, making sure it lines up. And press down and rotate. Now for this last one, now you can put it this way, but to make it look the weaving kind of effect, so it needs to go over this top and under this one here. So just to make it that really pretty pattern. So go ahead and apply your glue. And before I stick it down, I put it here and then scoot that bottom one underneath. So then again, I still have to make sure it's straight. And then this last one, you really have to kind of make sure it all lines up nicely. And press it down. So as you can see, it makes a really neat pattern. There's one more actual place. You want to just stick a little glue right here in this corner and glue this one down. Now it's secure. So that basically is all you need to do to make the envelope. But we're going to embellish it just a little bit with some DSP. So I have these two here. And again, all you have to do is fold them in half. And I'm just using half of them. You could potentially apply the full one if you wanted to have it in the back as well. And I would do that before you assemble the entire envelope. But for this one here, I'm just going to use half of it. So go ahead and cut those right in half using my Cutter Bee scissors. You can use a trimmer if you'd like. Just follow that fold line, pretty simple. And these are so much fun. You can whip a whole lot of these up in no time at all. So next, all I am going to do is glue down one on this one and altering this one here. And also what I did with the die cut, how I got it to be where it was smaller, I went ahead and did one less or one smaller one. So basically all you got to do is glue down it right about here and alter them in this way. So that's basically all you need to do to make that really pretty with the DSP. You can add another layer if you want to. You can add doilies or, gosh, anything you really want, scallop circles. It's really up to you, and you can use whatever you have and it'll be really pretty. So to fold this up, I'm going to first put my card in. So this is just a little, gift cards fit just perfectly. So you want to fold it down to the top and then the side and the side in here. Then I kind of rotate it one time and tuck this corner in underneath, lifting it just a little bit. So it really looks really cute as is if you wanted to, just the way it is. I like that. So, but we are going to attach a belly band just to add a little bit more fun to it. So I definitely have enough cardstock here. Just making sure, plenty there. I can go ahead and put my score marks in. You can do that on a scoreboard if you'd like to. And you don't want it too tight. Leave it just a little loose so it can slide. So that looks really good. So in this section here, I want to put a little decorations. So with the paper pack comes a bunch of stickers. You can see really fun stickers. And so to coordinate with my envelope, I think I'm going to use this sticker right here. Now of course it's a sticker, so it's going to be very sticky and be hard to attach. It'll actually stick. So I'm going to put that in the back of, I'm going to use a little bit of a scrap, and take my sticker off here. So I'm just going to stick that down and fussy cut all that around there. So that's all set. It has a little bit of the paper showing in the back, but the main thing was to get it so it's not sticky. And so I want to go ahead and place it about here. So my little thank you tag is going to go about like that. I want it to kind of be angled up. So I'm just going to apply a little glue right about there and angle that up a bit. So that looks really good. And then I'm going to just glue on this little embellishment. I will go ahead and cover up the little circle. So you just want glue right about where you want it. I have a little bit of glue overlapping here, so I'll just take that off. So that looks cute, and you can add anything that you would like. Embellishments, bling, ribbon, anything. So then I'm just going to put it back on here. I'm going to glue that together. So right about there looks good. And I'm going to make sure it has enough space so it's not too tight. I'm going to add a good bit of glue since you'll be doing that over and over again, off and on the card. So I want to make sure there's plenty of glue to make it nice and strong. Okay, so all you have to do is attach it to your card and place it in the center. And there you have it. A little gift card holder in a couple of different ways, but you can do so much more with it. So cute. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be coming back at you next week with some other fancy fold. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like and comment. I love to see all of that, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.